While narratives about the mistreatment of black male slaves by white slave owners are abundant, the experiences of black men with white women during this period are less explored. This video aims to shed light on the often overlooked and minimized mistreatment of black male slaves by white women. Through their personal stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the psychological and emotional toll of sexual abuse and the lasting impact it can have on survivors. Their testimonies also highlight the complexities of race relations during slavery and challenge the notion that all white women were benevolent and caring figures. We will be discussing the following topics, so please give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. The first topic is beyond the pain. Despite the horrific ordeals endured by black male slaves at the hands of white men, their experiences with white women are rarely acknowledged. While some white women exhibited kindness and compassion towards their enslaved counterparts, others engaged in acts of sexual violence and emotional abuse. Through their narratives, we gain insight into the psychological complexities of the women who wielded their power and privilege to exploit and abuse those under their control. These stories challenge the romanticized view of slavery and remind us of the brutality and injustice faced by Black Americans throughout history. Our next topic is love and power. The power dynamic between black male slaves and white women during slavery was inherently imbalanced. White women held a position of privilege and authority, while black men were denied basic human rights and subjected to brutal treatment. Despite this, there were instances where genuine affection developed between enslaved men and their white mistresses. However, such relationships were often fraught with tension and ultimately served to reinforce the institution of slavery. White women's romantic or sexual interest in black male slaves could be a means of asserting dominance and control, while for some enslaved men, it offered a temporary escape from the harsh realities of their situation. The allure of white women for black male slaves can be seen as a reflection of the broader societal obsession with whiteness during that era. In a system where white skin was associated with power and superiority, it's understandable that black men would develop a sense of admiration and desire for their white counterparts. Next, forbidden connections. Despite the rigid racial hierarchy and social norms of the time, there were instances of black men and women forming intimate relationships during slavery. These connections were often kept secret due to the taboo nature of interracial relationships and the fear of punishment or ostracization. Such relationships challenged the racial boundaries and power dynamics of the antebellum South and provide a glimpse into the complexities of human relationships in a time of extreme racial segregation. Our fourth topic is the complex relationships. The relationships between black male slaves and white women during slavery were complex and often contradictory. While some white women exhibited kindness and compassion towards their enslaved counterparts, others engaged in acts of sexual violence and emotional abuse. The power dynamic between the two groups was inherently imbalanced, with white women holding a position of privilege and authority. Despite this, genuine affection and even romantic love developed between some enslaved men and their white mistresses. However, such relationships were often fraught with tension and ultimately served to reinforce the institution of slavery. White women's romantic or sexual interest in black male slaves could be a means of asserting dominance and control, while for some enslaved men, it offered a temporary escape from the harsh realities of their situation. The allure of white women for black male slaves can be seen as a reflection of the broader societal obsession with whiteness during that era. In a system where white skin was associated with power and superiority, it's understandable that black men would develop a sense of admiration and desire for their white counterparts. Despite the pain inflicted upon them by white society, black male slaves displayed remarkable resilience and agency. They resisted the dehumanizing aspects of slavery in various ways, including through acts of rebellion, maintaining cultural traditions, and forging tight-knit communities. Their strength and perseverance in the face of adversity serve as a testament to the indomitable spirit of Black Americans throughout history. As we conclude this exploration of the mistreatment of black male slaves by white women, it's essential to acknowledge the lasting impact of these experiences on Black communities. The trauma and pain inflicted upon generations of Black Americans continue to resonate today, contributing to systemic racism and perpetuating cycles of violence and inequality. By confronting this painful history, we can work towards healing and dismantling the structures of oppression that continue to marginalize Black individuals. It is crucial to remember that Black male slaves were not passive victims, but rather resilient individuals who resisted and persevered in the face of unimaginable adversity. Their stories deserve to be told, and their contributions to American history must be acknowledged. Only by confronting the uncomfortable truths of our past can we strive to create a more just and equitable future for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and reflection. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please consider subscribing and sharing it with others. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and work towards a better understanding of our shared history and its profound impact on our present and future.